Sitting Together. My name is Peter.
I'm Kay.
And on today's show, Kay, dry January update.
Oh, it's going well.
No way.
Yeah, what's the date though?
It is the 6th, 7th.
Well, it's almost a week.
So you've done a week dry January?
I have, yes, no problems. No problem.
No temptations?
No, not at all. I've got a nice lemonade here.
Gin and lemon?
Do you know what I found worked though?
Go on.
If I was drinking tonic water or sparkling water in a wine glass, and it just felt like I was having a nice little drink. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever.
So
check in again next week.
You're going to stick to it then?
I am, yeah. I am. I really am.
Well, as usual, there are no scripts. It's the notes on the phone, and I've got lots of notes. And today I want to start off by telling you about my experience in town. Mm-hmm. Because yesterday we were meant to film, but we didn't end up filming, and instead I went into town to do some work. I do that sometimes. I'll go into town, take some paperwork and do some catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Sit
I
with
end
a
up,
coffee.
well, that's exactly what I do. Yeah. So it came to lunch, and I thought, I'm not going to go to Costa Coffee. I'm not going to go to one of the chains. I'm going to go to one of these independents. So in Cardiff, they've got the, what do they call them? Not the underground. They are like arcades. They've got arcades. Yeah. So I went to one of the coffee shops in the arcade and had lunch there. Jack and potato, beans and cheese, and a latte. Right? And they've spaced out the sort of tables with quite different layout in there, so everyone's quite far apart in there. And there weren't many in there, but there's a woman sitting opposite, and I got talking to her. As you do, you know, just chatting away, you know, how are you? COVID awful, usual conversations,
We've all
you know,
got that
how's the
ground,
weather?
haven't we?
Indeed, yes. And then we started talking about Christmas, and it was one of those ones where the conversation just went on and on and on. An hour later, just chatting for an hour about, we weren't even putting the world to rights. It was a positive conversation about just life, really. And she said goodbye, and it's one of those places where they come to your table and take your orders, you know, and you tell them what you want and settle up at the end. So I stayed down for about 10 minutes after she'd left, and I came to pay. And the girl came over, the server, and I said, can I settle up? She said, it's been done for you. She said, the woman you were chatting to said, thanks for the lovely conversation, and she's paid for your dinner.
No way.
Yeah, it's never happened to me before, and I didn't know what to do. I was...
Oh, they're lovely.
She paid for my lunch.
Oh, but then you want to thank her, don't you?
Well, that's it, isn't it? And do you know, it can be difficult, sort of... I didn't know what to do, really. It was like, I want to see her to say thank you, you know. Yeah. And not guilt. Guilty is the wrong word, but you don't feel right accepting it.
Yeah, because you haven't been able to thank or whatever. Yeah, that's lovely though.
So then you think that I left then, walked around, and I thought to myself, oh, should I go back and pay for someone else's meal? Because you see these people that don't pay. But I haven't done that.
Well, no, but you could do that another time.
Yeah, but I just thought, how lovely was that? And just chatting for a whole hour, just about life in general.
That's really lovely.
And then she said to the girl, you know, pay for his dinner and tell him thanks for the lovely conversation.
Wow.
So that was a lovely experience. What a way to start the new year.
Lovely lady, if you're watching.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for lunch. It was very nice.
Oh.
But took me totally by surprise.
Well, yeah, because things don't really happen like that. Well, not very often, do they?
No, not at all. So that's my experience in town. So the topic of conversation today is themed on that. Random acts of kindness.
Yes, I like that.
So what do you think about random acts of kindness then?
Do you know what? I try to do lots of... I wouldn't say I put a thing on it, but I would love to be able to do one a day.
Yeah.
But I do try in as much as helping neighbours anyway.
Yeah.
Like I've got one neighbour who doesn't see many people, so I'll generally daily try and check on her and see if she needs anything. And I do take her out. Well, I say she doesn't need taking out. She's not an invalid, but she just doesn't go out. So I try and not make her, but you know, say right, once a week, once a fortnight, we'll go for a coffee somewhere. Because it must be so boring just seeing your own four walls constantly. Yeah. And I know she sleeps a lot, and I have been guilty of this as myself.
Yes, you have.
Like going down that path where I don't know what to do.
Easy to stay in bed.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of it. Getting up early helps when this one's knocking on the door. Are you ready? Are you dressed? No. But yeah, I do I like to smile at people.
Do you know, I was going to say that because since we've all had masks on, it's much more difficult just to give that smile. Because that makes you feel good. When you smile at somebody...
Especially if they smile back.
Yeah. You
like
do feel
today,
good.
I did smile at a policeman, didn't I? In the
you
shop?
did.
He did not smile back.
He didn't smile back, no.
He didn't know me. I think.
Yeah, so you are right though. Smile. That's one of the random acts of kindness, really, because it doesn't cost.
And it can make someone's day.
It can, yeah. I find I like giving someone a compliment. So even if you see someone wearing a dress that's different, you know, sort of a flower pattern or something you've never seen before, lovely dress.
Yes.
And that sparks conversation very often.
Yes, it can do.
You
Yeah.
know, they'll say, "Oh, I had this from a charity shop 10 years ago," or.
But do you know what? People, a lot, not all, but a lot of people find it very, very hard to accept a compliment, and that is because of who they are inside. And a lot of people will just, you know, blow it off, sort of thing, like, oh, it's old, or it's that.
Yes, yeah.
But what I was taught, that is not insulting the giver of the compliment, but it's sort of throwing it back at them. So in your mind, you have to think, oh, that person's giving me a compliment, so I have to accept it.
Yeah.
So they'll feel good as well. You know, I'm not throwing it back at. Do you know what I mean?
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. We did this on one, like a training course.
Yeah.
Like a nurture one. And how you accept the compliment can be as important as giving it.
I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah. You don't, until somebody says it, you don't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because you brush it off. That's the word I was thinking.
Because it is hard to accept compliments. Because it's embarrassing, isn't it, really? You know,
but yes, you've got to... But if you feel embarrassed and you just brush it off a bit, the person who's giving it might think, oh, maybe I won't give compliments anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's going to affect them as well.
Yeah.
And it's always about the other person, isn't it? I know you've got to think how you feel as well and go by that. But I am terrible for thinking about the other person's reaction or how they're feeling as well. But yeah, you have to just say thank you.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all you have.
Well,
thank you.
I like giving compliments. It does make you feel good. And do you know when we made the food review show video with the Hester mince pies?
Oh yeah.
Well, I went to Waitrose in Cowbridge, and there's a lady there who's got beautiful. It's silver hair.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's silver white. I can't explain it, but it's stunning.
Natural.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Can you tell by the age?
No. She was an older lady, so it could. But her hair's stunning. And so I paid for the mince pies, and I actually said, "Oh my gosh, your hair is absolutely beautiful." And she said, "Oh, thank you so much." You know, it's like, It does make you feel good. It gives you a boost.
It does, and then that's that two-way boost.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I do give a lot of compliments.
Yeah. But then there's the compliments, or the random acts of kindness. You don't get to see the reaction, like the lady who paid for my dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so that must make you feel good to give a hidden.
Yes.
Because you see a lot on you, especially on YouTube, they'll film themselves giving money to a homeless person. It's so crass. It's not nice. You know, you think, who is this for?
Yeah, that isn't. Yeah, it's a personal thing. If I was giving money to someone, I wouldn't film it.
No.
For their blinking thing as well.
Yeah.
But that's just showing off.
So do you ever give random acts of kindness where the recipient doesn't know it's you?
I have found things and handed them in.
Yeah.
You know, so people. I think I've had a phone once.
Yeah.
In the arcade. Another New Year's resolution. I'm only going once a month. So
yes, good. Well done.
I'm sure handed something in, and then you think, oh, I hope they got. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? The other day, it's not. It could be like that and associated with random acts of kindness. I was in the pound shop. I was paying on the self-service till.
Yeah.
And this guy came in a right panic. He said he just bought, I think it was Ted Baker stuff.
Yeah.
In Boots. He'd left it by this self-service till 5 minutes ago, he said.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there. And I felt so bad for him, and I was thinking, what can I do to help? And I did say to him, it wasn't, I just got to this till, it wasn't here then. No, he said, no, it was probably somebody must have just been behind him and saw and picked it up. Because he asked the staff and they said nothing had been handed in.
Yeah.
And I felt, I feel, I wish I could do a random act of kindness for you and find it. But then there's not much you can do about that.
No, there's not. But it's sad to see. You do feel.
I felt for him.
That feeling in the stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, he probably thought he'd had a fabulous bargain in Boots, and then lost it.
Yeah. What's the random acts of kindness has that theory behind it, doesn't it? The is it the butterfly effect?
Or like the knock-on.
Yeah, you do one thing and that leads to something else, and it grows and it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, well, hopefully that is true.
Yeah.
And you could have, you or I could have caused a huge effect somewhere down the line on that.
Yeah.
For something we done in the past.
Yeah. Oh, indeed, yeah.
I just, simple things though, like if somebody drops a walking stick, pick it up for them, you know?
Yeah.
A bag. I've helped people, I helped someone home once because she was carrying so much shopping. And I said, she lived, well, I was going to say round the corner from me, but it was a fair distance round the corner. And I just could not help but worry about this person carrying all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I carried a couple of bags home for her.
What about waking up in the morning with a mindset of, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do a random act of kindness today?
That's hard though, isn't it? Because you don't know where or who you're going to meet that day, where you're going to be.
But what about waking up and thinking yourself, giving yourself a target? Today I'm going to, I don't know, gift a coffee. You know, go to the coffee shop and say, will you, there's a name for that, isn't there? What's that called? Where they gift.
Pass it on?
Something, I'm not quite sure. But there's...
Yeah, no, I've not really thought it. To me, they come as and when, I suppose. You know, I just think, oh, yeah. But I find, like talking to that guy today in Costa, I feel he might not, well, he does talk to a lot of people, I know. But I know I can make him smile. So just by saying hello and I let you hear.
Do you know, I think that and that's where the key to it all lies, really. It's not about how much you're able to give or if you can afford to pay for somebody's meal. It's the fact that you brighten someone's day by,
exactly.
Like yesterday, the hour-long conversation.
Yes.
That was so fulfilling for me.
Yes.
She felt
and obviously
fulfilled.
For her, yes.
And is it a lost art? I don't know. I think we've lost some of it.
Yeah, because people are scared of other people. You're scared to start a conversation in case they don't want it and they snap back at you. Yes, you've got to be careful. But I'll do it to anyone anyway. I will smile or say hello or whatever.
Yeah. And hope that then does trigger the...
Yeah.
Because you do feel good. You definitely... You communicate with other people and your day is brightened up.
Even with that policeman, although he didn't speak back, maybe inside he thought, oh, she didn't think I was evil. You know what I mean?
Or he was like, oh, she's shoplifting. I know the sort. Deflection tactics
don't you feel? I always feel if I see a policeman, I always feel immediately guilty.
Yes, exactly.
And I've done nothing.
I'd be terrible, actually. I'd go red in the face.
Yes, really guilty. And I was drawn to them though. I had to go near where they were so they could see I wasn't worried about them being there. You can watch me all you like. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Where used to be Boots in Pontypridd used to be the worst for security guard walking around.
Yeah.
And would follow you around the whole store. And you know, many times I've said, I am not shoplifting, you know, because they frustrate you because they'll target one person and they focus on that person all the way around. You don't see it so much nowadays.
There used to be a security guard, like I won't say where because people might work out who it was, but yes, there used to be one very much like that, and up until fairly recently, yes.
Well, it puts you off what you're buying, doesn't it?
Because
you want to look at, I'll pick something up and read the back of the packet and sort of put it down there and pick the next one.
Yeah.
And you just start to feel guilty then. Oh, he's watching me.
It's that guilt complex.
Yeah.
Do all people have a guilt complex? Well, obviously thieves wouldn't have a guilt complex, would they? Or would they? You know, just worry about it, but still do it.
Yeah, don't know. But so random acts of kindness, it's a lovely topic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I know there are sort of groups you can join where they will purposefully set out to do a random act of kindness. And
you see people like, I think it was last weekend, there were people down on the park close to me, all picking litter up. And that's good. And of course with the beach being closed, there's so many people there that's something I do. When I go over there with the children, I usually say, right, on the way back we all pick up 1 or 2 pieces of rubbish each.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a lot, but it's a start, It's a start. And it's helping them to be aware of it.
And if other people see you doing that, you hope that they would then have the initiative to do the same.
Yeah.
I tell you what I did see, and I put on the Instagram feed before Christmas, was these knitting ninjas, where they do knitting bomb. And they'll put lampposts covered up.
Yeah, and on the top of the post boxes.
Yeah, and it was the post box, and it was a Christmas scene. It was stunning.
Yeah.
Now that's a random act of kindness, because it's putting something back into the community,
yeah, and brightening someone's day.
Yeah.
We saw one last week actually outside Little or Aldi. Off the main road, you know, motorway, whatever road it is called. You don't know really.
I do.
And there was one there.
Yeah,
that I'd not seen before. And
it
does make you smile.
Yeah. Because I think during the pandemic, we saw a lot of people feeling the need to contribute. And being locked in the house, they couldn't contribute. So
Definitely.
we saw lots and lots of acts of random kindness there.
Yeah.
In terms of putting rainbows in the window,
And
sending parcels to hospitals.
Thanking people.
Yeah.
Like the postman. Because they were... Sometimes I think the postman was the only person you kind of saw. And that was at a distance.
Yeah.
But thanking the postal service. And of course the delivery guys.
Who did a massive job during the pandemic.
Delivery foods and, Amazon, because you couldn't go to shops and get stuff. So they're here every day.
And that's something I am very aware of, and I will do. I will go out of my way to thank somebody in retail, for example.
Oh, definitely.
I know what the job is like. And
yes.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Oh.
You feel good, they feel good.
Yeah.
And
but where have manners gone? Because you do see people now not thanking people.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I would never accept something, even if it's your change. You always say thank you.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people don't.
No. But there's a difference as well, though, to saying thank you and feeling thank you. And if you can channel yourself to think to yourself, when I say thank you, I'm going to feel that thank you, as in, I'm going to appreciate what they've done.
Yeah.
Then I hope that kind of connection is made, And,
yes.
And that's something I think we should all be mindful of and start to kind of focus on, really.
And really think about what we're saying.
Because, let's face it, a lot of the jobs in this country are underpaid. Minimum wage is shocking for some of the jobs that are out there people do.
And when you think about the important jobs some people, like nurses.
And that's what the pandemic did. It showed us, well, actually, what are the important jobs here? Let's refocus now. Mm-hmm. And I hope that we haven't lost that because we feel the pandemic is quote-unquote over.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever forget what doctors and nurses did through all that, but their pay isn't what they should.
Well, look at a supermarket worker. You had people at home. The family was at home. We were told to stay in. It is dangerous out there. There is something we don't know what it is. There's a plague out there. Yeah. And they had to make the decision: do I give up work and lose my money, or do I turn up for work in Asda's tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, it must
with
have been
this
so
thing
hard.
Flying around the air. And they did. They went to work.
Yeah. We were so lucky, really, weren't we, that we didn't have to go anywhere, and so we could abide by the rules as such.
I saw on I think it was Twitter a picture of it said something along the lines of the pandemic wasn't the same for everyone, and they had two families. A family taking a selfie and smiling, and the background was a nice house, and the other one was a poor looking house, and the family weren't smiling. They were trying to find what food was in the bag, and I thought to myself,
that's very true.
That is very true. You had a lot.
It did hurt people in
and I
different
think
ways.
we had during the pandemic, didn't we, the self-indulgent pop stars going on. They did a single, Did They Imagine, by John Lennon.
Yeah.
And you thought to yourself, you were so far removed from the reality of a lovely big house. I could do a pandemic all over again if I had a lovely big house.
Yeah. But again, when you're saying that, they promoted what they were doing. Like, we're doing this for you, we're getting money for you, or charity, whatever. It's the ones that do all this anyway without publicising it. They're the heroes, aren't they? Like, is it Marcus Rashford who did it all?
Oh, the food for the children, yes, yeah.
But he didn't want any praise. They're the real heroes, the ones that do all these things without showing off about it, I suppose.
So, thinking about random acts of kindness then. New year, new you, I should say.
I thought you were going to break into a song then.
Do you think you could focus yourself to think, right, I'm going to refocus on committing to being even better than I am already? And how would that look then?
Well, the thing is, like I said, I wouldn't plan it. Yeah, I can't plan it. But maybe I could double my effort, couldn't I? Like if like I said, the smile. I do smile at everyone anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, reconnecting with people.
So going out your way and looking for that conversation.
Yeah. Finding.
I remember we went down to Barry Island once, and we sat in Cadwaladers, and it was only a quick stop. We had a job of some description on.
Yeah.
And we sat for about 2 hours with that lady and her
with the
dog.
Yeah.
And that was a stunning. We learned so much. And
about her life.
Exactly. You wouldn't know nothing about her. Passed it by, and it was so interesting and fascinating what we learned about her.
Yeah, it was.
And
it was.
We didn't need to keep a connection afterwards.
No.
That connection was enough that we had with her.
There, and that was it. Yeah.
And do you know what? I think an important part of that is to not be a good talker, but to be a good listener.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. You have to.
And I think that is an art form, being able to be a good listener.
Well, yeah. It's hard. Children find it really hard to listen, and there are strategies for helping.
Well, it's a skill, isn't it? It's a skill that you learn, and I think you've got to remind yourself sometimes, right? Stop this now yourself. Let's focus on what they say.
Sometimes really... you're just doing that because you feel you have to, but yeah, just listen, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, it is. It can be difficult, but that lady, she was really interesting. That lady, wasn't she?
Fascinated. She didn't come from Barry. She came from somewhere in England. I don't know where.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it was a really difficult life she'd had.
Yeah.
And she came here to escape it all, and she found her solace here, didn't she?
Yeah.
And
it's funny you say that about talking to that lady yesterday. Back in the summer, or towards the end of the summer, I was walking back. I had Jackson in his pushchair. I'd been over to the lake for something. We'd had a walk. We were walking back, and a lady walking towards me. She comment, as a lot of people do. They comment on the baby. I think he might have been asleep.
It's like on a dog, that isn't it?
Yeah, a dog or a child.
Yeah.
And we actually stood there for well over an hour talking.
Yeah.
And found we had so many things in common and people we knew in common. It was weird. I did give her my number, actually. That's what I was a random act.
That is one of the key enrichments of life, I think. If you want to enrich your life, then start conversations.
Yeah.
Start talking to each other.
To different people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Or rekindle longer conversations with people.
Yes,
definitely. When you go for a coffee with a plan to stay a little bit longer. And be a good listener, but also be willing to open up about yourself as well.
Well, I'm very good at that.
You are very good at
it. As I've said before, I do think I overshare sometimes.
Yeah, but I think people... You don't go with a script. You don't.
No. But this is this. This is the same as this.
Yeah, it's important to add to a conversation and contribute to a conversation.
And people, when you say things, it triggers something in my mind, and vice versa. And that's the same as, meeting strangers and having a chat.
And the value
or
in
old
it,
friends.
the value isn't to go and boast. The value isn't to go and tick a box, say you've met them, so you can tick that off this week, the diary's complete.
No,
the reason for going is to find enrichment in just chatting and conversation with no focus, no outcome.
And I am so lucky that I do have a lot of those people. I still meet my oldest friend. We've been friends since we were 8. We still meet now, and if we don't meet, we message. Are you okay? Oh, not very well. I'm being very well. How are you? And blah de blah de blah. And I still, we meet, not, I wouldn't say regularly, but quite regularly. And then Julie, who I've been friends with since I was proper friends, 13, 14, we meet up. This didn't happen for many, many years, obviously. When I was married, I wasn't doing all this. My life was completely different. But now I've fallen back into that and reconnected.
Yes, with people. They
were always there for me.
Yeah.
But in the background.
Yeah.
And now it's the reconnection of it all.
I find when I meet certain friends, you haven't seen them for 6, 8 months, because life takes over, doesn't it? And I love the conversation where you meet up and it's like you've
never been apart.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it literally starts off on...
But it also, don't you find, you go back to how you were when you were first friends?
Yes,
I'm back to 100%, being a teenager.
100%, yeah. Yeah, that's completely true.
Yeah.
I tell you another thing I find. When I worked as a cast member for Disney, we worked with a lot of young people.
Yes. But you weren't that old.
No, well I was 39, 40. I was 40, there we go. But you lose your sense of age.
Yeah.
And only afterwards you think to yourself, oh my gosh, what must they think of me? Because they must see me as a 40-year-old, whereas I'm chatting to them as if I'm in my 20s, the same as them.
Well, it's the same as me and my good friends, Lisa and Natalie.
Yeah.
Who are the same age as my children, but we are friends. There's no age gap.
Yeah.
We are friends. Oh, no, I know Natalie and I are related blood-wise as well. Or are we, Morris?
There's a story there somewhere.
I'll tell you that one Monday. Maybe somebody out there can help us on that. There's a big story there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't notice. Sometimes I do treat them like, I think, oh, you're the same age as Claire, or, you know, like this. But no, most of the time, we just get on.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? This idea of intergenerational meetings, you know, and that. So there's some charities out there that kind of force that. They want young people to connect with old people. And it doesn't need to happen. It should happen.
It should be natural.
Yeah,
yes,
it should happen. You shouldn't.
I can understand it, like with older people, maybe in a home or wherever. I can understand them wanting younger to go in, maybe, and talk to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be forced, wouldn't it? But yeah, no, it should be natural.
Yeah.
And you find little ones really love to chat with older people.
Oh, 100%. Yes,
you know,
they do.
Yeah. And I think we've missed out on a trick. You learn so much, but when you're young, you don't think to ask these questions. You know, I go back to the Morris thing that I was just interjecting with, or whatever. There's a huge story in our family that years ago we could have asked a living member what happened there.
Yeah, yeah.
But we didn't know, obviously, and you didn't think to do it.
Well, a lot of people get into... Is it genealogy it's called?
Genealogy.
Genealogy. A lot of people get into that when they hit their 60s, don't they?
Yes, because you want to know.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know where... Although saying that, Natalie's done it, and she's in her 30s, but she's really interested in...
Because some people get really lost in it. You can really go down, you know, the rabbit's hole and get really lost in it all.
It's really hard, though, when you come to that wall.
Yeah.
And there's, at the moment, there must be a way of finding things out. But at the moment, for us, in this one particularly, there's not. Yeah. There's not. But on my mother's side, somebody traced the family back to the 1500s, I think.
Go that far back.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
That is really good. Yeah, yeah. Any secrets?
No, it all seemed quite normal.
Oh.
Yeah, no royalty.
That's boring. That's a shame.
I think that was probably because this was Chepstow, obviously in, you know, the olden days. Maybe being a smaller place.
Yeah.
And people stayed there, maybe.
Yeah,
you know, so it was all... And there's
all the records are there.
Yeah. But yes, I did look at something last night, and there's a new census up, I think, that you can read.
Was it every 100 years they released it today? It would be then, wouldn't it?
Is it something like that?
It would be. If it's every 100 years, they'd release the next one, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And it was delayed because of things. I think that's what I read.
Right.
So that was, I think this is one that we might maybe possibly find out some more things.
Interesting.
But yeah, we'll do a chat on that one day.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the mystery.
So you mentioned was talking to children, and that's an important one, in that a lot of people, and we can say this from experience, you know, working in with early years and nursery, you see a lot of, and teachers are guilty of this, talking to children like they're children. It doesn't work. Children see through it.
Yeah.
You know, nursery age children, 3-year-old, treat them like mini adults.
Yeah, well.
You talk in your normal tone. You don't do this ridiculous, oh, hello, darling. You know, it's like, they see through it. They see through it. They respect you when you have an ordinary conversation with them in your own voice, and you ask them questions, and you show interest in them.
Oh, that's...
You know, you ask them questions, and you genuinely want to know the answer. And they love that.
You've just brought to mind something now. I mean, he wasn't that young. He was about 6, I think, this little lad. And he once said to me, do you know why I like you? And I said no. And he said, because you like me.
Yeah. And they know.
Oh.
They know.
Oh, and he once gave me a fingernail as a present as well.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's funny, the little things that stick with you.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So random acts of kindness, that's on my notes. We've done that, and you know, you said about the smiling.
Yeah, I think.
You know, and
I think
starting conversations.
Yeah, just know your presence rather than your presence, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, 100%. Yeah, that's a good. I like that line. Now, on to a question. We've had a question, and we do ask you on Instagram and on Facebook to DM us or put in the comments a question or topic for suggestions for what we can talk about. And someone called Sofkins or Sofkins. How do we say that? Is it Sofkins? Sofkins? Yeah. Whoever Sofkins, let us know, Sofkins or Sofkins.
I'm thinking that's probably a Sophie, maybe.
Well, they've written a question for both Peter and Kay. What is your favourite restaurant? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Oh,
I've got several.
Yeah.
I got several restaurants.
Go on.
And they're nothing fancy at all. You'd expect me to say the Ivy or something like that. No. Harvester, I love the Harvester.
Yes.
They're doing a 50% off. A 50% off offer at the moment. So love Nando's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favourites. Although it's very expensive for how much you get.
True.
That's the trouble with Nando's. It can be a bit pricey.
It can be, but then if it's really good, you don't mind paying it, especially if it's a one-off.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Another restaurant I love is the IKEA restaurant. The Swedish meatballs and
he's
the
a
chips.
cheap date.
It's like I can keep listing these restaurants. I think they're the top three for me then. Yeah, IKEA's restaurant, Nando's and Harvester.
I don't really have a preference because I do like eating out.
Yeah.
And I do like it if it's reasonable.
Your top one is John's Cafe in Barry Island.
Do you know, that's what I was going to say.
And I love it in there. It's an old-fashioned... Well, has it changed since the 70s?
I don't think it has.
It's got booths with leather red seats?
No. No, it hasn't.
What kind of seats
It's got Formica.
Right.
Old cafe, really old cafe style, hasn't it? It's been there for years and years and years and years. Although I haven't been for quite a while, obviously with everything going on.
Yeah.
And they weren't still serving indoors.
Right. Okay.
I think they still had to work it all out. It must be really hard for them.
Definitely, they've taken a big knock, haven't they?
But their food is freshly, like homemade, like steak and kidney pie, chips, peas, gravy.
Nice.
Oh, I could eat that now, and I'm I've lost my appetite. Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Pillars.
I knew that would be. Pillars in Cardiff. Good.
I love Pillars.
You go for all the institutions here, you are.
I am, yeah.
So John's Cafe in Barry Island's an institution for Barry.
Yeah. Pillars for Cardiff.
Do you have lasagna, chips, and loads of red sauce?
Steak and kidney pie, peas, chips and gravy.
There's two Pillars still in Cardiff, or just the one?
I've only ever known one be there.
I think there's two in Cardiff, but I think might only be one left. I'm not sure, because Pillars that you were talking about is opposite Boots on Queen Street, and it's downstairs.
Yes, amazing. The first time I went to Pillars was in the 70s with my sister-in-law, and she had luncheon vouchers to use there.
Right.
They used to give them in work, didn't they?
Yeah.
And did we just have coffee or we have a meal? I don't know. But that's my go-to place for meals, and the kids love it there now as well.
And the manager's always there writing the books.
Yes, the front chair,
the staff,
table.
The staff can be rude at times in there. It can be a difficult customer service experience.
The majority of people that work there, I'd say, are students.
Yeah.
And a lot of foreign students. Not that makes any difference, but yeah, I think they're
and
from the university.
When I've been there previously, he stares at the staff to make sure they're doing the job correctly, and it's an awful pressure cooking environment.
But you do see them having a laugh as well.
Good, I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
There's two guys. They strike me as being brothers that own it.
Right, yeah.
And they got all the paperwork on a table.
Yeah, it's not the best place to do that kind of work when you've got customers coming in and...
I was going to say shabby chic. I don't really mean that. I mean shabby. It is very shabby. It's like a big Woolworths cafe.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. That would,
the olden days.
That would explain it very well. Yes, yeah.
But
it is an institution. It's like a historical experience going there, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone needs to go there.
They do. Pillars in Cardiff. There you go. So definitely. That's two. You've got one more.
I tell you, I did have a lovely meal in Bill's.
Oh yeah, is that Australian, New Zealand? What's the theme? I don't know.
I really
don't know. I haven't been there for a long, long time.
There's quite a few Bills.
Can I add Las Iguanas to my list as well?
I suppose. As long as I can add TGI Fridays.
I'll add the TGIs as well then.
That's
I'm Pizza Express. I do like a Pizza Express every so often. With Tesco vouchers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, TGIs I find very expensive. But
it is very expensive.
And again,
but isn't that, for me, TGI's is a birthday restaurant.
A treat.
Yeah, and you have a cocktail.
Yeah. Well, Evie and I went in a couple of weeks. Was it before Christmas or after? We went in. We had a lovely meal there. She was planning on having a dessert, but she was full after her chicken nuggets and chips, which is the only thing she eats. And after she went in with her friends the week after, and they went there for a meal. Yeah. So I just been picturing her in there, They booked a table as well.
How cute is that?
I know.
Yeah. I want another one. Frankie and Benny's. I do like Frankie and Benny's as well.
I haven't been there for a long time.
Again, not the cheapest place, but I do like
Yes.
I like the chicken. They do a chicken on like a tomato sauce with spaghetti. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
I can't remember what it's called. Chicken parmigiana or something like that. Maybe. I'm
not
sure.
Bechamel.
No, that's a white sauce, isn't it? Yeah. I do like Frankie and Benny's though. Yeah.
So we're going to the big names.
Oh, I do like Five Guys as well. Although very, very, very expensive.
Yeah, I'm not fussed off.
And never order more than a small fries there because wow, you get tons. Yeah.
Yes.
I do like Five Guys. See,
I'm gonna have to mention Caesar's.
Oh, in Barry, yes, Caesar's is very nice.
That's another one I like. I love that. They used to do the amazing lasagna there. It's one that you could eat and eat and eat and never get fed up of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Morrison's breakfast is nice as well. I like Morrison's cafe breakfast. That's quite nice.
Sublime to the ridiculous.
I know. I'm trying to think what else I go.
It's just nice where you can eat out, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was an experience after lockdown. Going out for the first time.
It's a bit scary.
It was scary, wasn't it? It was mixed with kind of that fear of going out, but also, oh my gosh, without eating.
Yeah.
It was
what can I have?
It was a novel experience, wasn't it? Because of course we had that dine out for what was it called? Eat out to help out.
Yes. Yeah, it was half price.
Yeah. Eat out to help.
Yes,
was it dine out to help?
Oh, I tell you where we haven't mentioned.
Where?
The Ship.
Oh, the Ship in Barry.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
the good old 2-for-1.
Yes, that was a nice meal. They don't do that now, I don't think.
Oh, they stopped doing it. They used to love the 2-for-1. And the Hungry Horse pubs as well.
Hungry Horse.
They do 2-for-1. Well, they do the big plate specials. Fish and chips that big.
With the spoons.
Oh, we do like spoons, don't we?
We're going to have to tag all these.
We are. You shouldn't have asked this question, really.
I think it's just proven we do like eating.
Yeah.
Or I used to, anyway.
So, I can't choose a favourite out of those, I'm afraid.
No, not me.
It depends on mood you're in as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, crisp flavours.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm really hungry, I love nothing better than a roast beef crisp.
Mm.
If I'm not so hungry, salt and vinegar. Why is that? But if I'm really hungry, I'll crave roast beef flavour crisps.
Because I suppose you think beef is more...
Filling?
Yeah, full filling maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Talking about crisps, we bought tomato sauce Pringles the other day. Bella fancied them.
That sounds nice.
They were all right.
Not enough flavour on them?
Bit too much.
Oh, I'd love too much flavour.
It's a bit...
Yeah.
Bella didn't like them.
Well, there we go. So, our favourite restaurants, too many to mention.
Yeah.
Well, finally, Kay, I can see you got a little bit of shopping there.
Yes,
so you have been out this week then?
Yes, I have been out this week. Mostly this week I haven't been out. I've been pondering life.
Oh gosh.
Like, who did let the dogs out?
Find the answers?
No. There's things like that. Is there life on Mars?
Yeah, too much time in your hands you got.
I know. This is when I'm lying in bed doing nothing. But I have been. I did order as well. I've never ordered from the works before. And it was really good. I don't think delivery cost that much. And it was all sale stuff. And they deliver to your store and then they let you know when it's there.
Right, yeah.
So that's really good. And because, like I said, it wasn't that long ago, but I forgot what I ordered, so have a look.
You went to collect this then?
I went to collect.
That's free then.
Actually, I went in on Monday or Tuesday and completely forgot to ask for it. Right, let's see what I ordered. Diamond art painting. It's a bit squashed. Now I thought this would be nice either to make or to give as a present.
Yeah.
To give us a present like that, or to make it and give it as a present. But I feel the need to try doing more things.
So to occupy your time, taking on some hobbies.
And I know, I'm sure Natalie's done that.
Now, dare I ask, it says £4, how much do you pay?
Should we look at this?
Oh, you've got an invoice in there. Wow, you've actually got the receipt. This is a miracle.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Oh, well, it's £4. You didn't pay £4.
No, I think it was 2.
It's half price.
Oh, here we go. Hey. No, I ordered Christmas ducks. There were 3 in a pack. It was £1, and they'd run out, so they did send back that £1. So that was that.
Okay, so you got
I think that might have even been £1.50. It was quite low price. I bought a book for my sister Annie for Christmas, so I won't actually show it because she does watch.
Does she watch? Hi, Annie.
She does. But that was £1.
Nice book. Let me show the back. There we go. Philippa Ashley is the author. So Annie, don't buy anything by Philippa Ashley.
Well, Annie doesn't buy a lot of books. She uses the library a lot. She's really good at that.
Are they still open, libraries?
Mm-hmm. There was a long time where you could order and pick up, but I think now you can actually physically go in.
The council still have libraries in existence.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are going across the country. More and more places are losing their library services, yeah.
I used to love the mobile library.
Yes.
Used to come round where I lived, because when we lived at the top of Barry, obviously it was a bit of a trek to the library. Yeah. And the mobile library used to come up. It was nice.
It's exciting when they pull up and what new
I
stock
used to just love choosing a book.
Yeah.
Anyway, from...
Never read them, just... That's like me though, I gotta say. Going to Waterstones, I love the smell in Waterstones. Yeah. I love if they've got a coffee shop sitting there.
Yeah.
And then have to buy a book. Do I ever read it? No, I go straight on the shelf. I've got so many books I haven't read.
But people do that. They buy books
It's the joy of buying books. They call them
coffee table books.
Yeah.
Just to put
on the coffee table.
Like that, yeah.
I don't know my excuses, because I haven't got a coffee table, but...
You need to go to a coffee table shop and buy one. This is for making different things. Well, this is making the rabbit, and then her own wardrobe with all her clothes. Mm-hmm. And, there's some really sweet things in here. And I think this originally was $15.99. I think I paid about $2 for this.
And you're going to give it a go, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to try and make... Oh yeah, I'll make the Luna.
Was it felt, is it?
Yeah.
Make a felt rabbit and then make the clothes
and then she's got her own outfit. Look, there's the patterns. Oh, French knickers.
You're going to be busy, Kay. You're going to be very busy.
Well, do you know what? I got this. I've got things in here, resin for making things, and I just cannot get into gear. I got some more knitting I want to do.
Yeah.
Some painting I want to do. But it's just, I need a big kick up the bottom.
And I can see one more thing down there.
Oh, right, we spotted this today, didn't we? In the pound, the pound shop.
Poundland. Was it Poundland?
Yes, they are Poundland. Yes. Yeah. And as you know, Poundland now, not everything is pound, is it? Which is a bit dodgy, But there we are. These originally were £2.
Down to a pound.
This was down to £1.
Oh, bargain.
And I thought I'll get that. Just to have in the cupboard in case I ever fancy.
A chocolate emergency.
Yes. Yeah, because like I've told you, I'm off chocolate. But saying that, I don't like the crispy M&Ms. Have you tried those?
Yes.
Do you like those?
Yeah, nice they are. I like them. Then, yeah. I like them.
But I do like the peanut ones. So yeah, that's nice to keep in the cupboard.
So that's all that's left. Oh, you got one more bag there. What's
one
in that
more bag.
there?
Now, this... I was going to say this earlier when we were talking about shops and maybe cafes, restaurants. I like independence.
Yeah.
People who they've worked really, really hard to build up their own business, little businesses, and this is one of them. It's called the Bee's Knees, and I do love bees.
So where are they based?
These are based in High Street in Barry. They're actually moving premises at the moment to a better...
Yeah.
I think you find a lot of this in Barry, in small shops. People see something a little bigger and think, maybe we'll expand.
Expand the business, yeah.
And I think this is what they're doing.
Right, so the Bee's Knees, High Street Barry.
This was sale. These were sale things. So it's a nice top. Now, did you hear when I asked her about the prices? Because there were two identical tops. And one of them said... Oh, it was on the thing. One of them said 10 and one said 5. And I said, what's the difference between these? Yeah. And she had to look. She said nothing. So I got this one. So I thought that's quite...
So that was £5?
That was £5. Nice quality.
That's very nice quality, yeah.
Nice, it's not very thin. Probably, I still have to wear something, obviously, underneath.
See-through.
But yeah, 5.
Nice.
And then, I'm really into green at the moment. Like, it seems to be my colour. And this...
Oh, it's like how would you describe that colour? Green? Peppermint?
Possibly. Yeah, minty green maybe. But I thought that was really nice. Because I'm not very good at wearing coats. I get too hot in a coat. Yeah. But if I wear something like this, you can take it off and wrap it around you. And this was, she's taken that off as well. I think, was that 10? Or was it 20? But big reduction as well, and I like that. I think that's going to be nice.
So you're finally out of the house then.
Out of the
Back
house.
to your shopping and getting a coffee.
Yes, although you were a bit disappointed with your coffee.
Oh, we had a coffee this morning in Costa Coffee, and it was a skinny flat white. The milk was off, I'm sure. It just didn't taste right.
I think they were learners as well.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Barista training.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
wasn't
need
a very
to wear
good coffee.
an L, don't they, on them?
Yeah.
Or a P.
So I didn't drink it. I took 2-3 sips.
Mine was nice. I enjoyed mine.
Yeah, you had a caramel latte?
No, I had a vanilla latte.
Vanilla latte.
Small, because I didn't think I'd be able to drink a full one. Because they are sometimes quite big.
Yeah, one of the best. But that happens, it's hit and miss. Sometimes you have a coffee that's like, you take the first sip and it's like, wow, that's hit the spot completely. And then the next one, you have doesn't hit it at
Perhaps
all.
you've been a bit spoilt with
Maybe,
it.
yeah, could be.
Your palate has changed.
Could be. So there we go, we've done it. We've talked about random acts of kindness. We've told you about my story of that lovely lady who saved my lunch.
That's a really lovely story.
And had a lovely conversation with her. And the question of softkins, about our favourite restaurants.
We named them all.
Yeah, we've done your shopping challenge, so that wraps up today. So that's all that's left to say is if you enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed,
here we go.
Subscribe!
Oh yes, please subscribe.
Give us a like, a thumbs up if you enjoyed as well. And what really helps out, if you comment below your favourite restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the comments tell us your favourite restaurant, or tell us if you've ever received or given any random acts of kindness.
Yeah, that would start a nice thread, wouldn't it?
They would.
And also, we find a lot of people aren't actually watching us on YouTube. Not the full...
They're watching through Facebook.
Yeah.
And so they comment on the Facebook rather than the YouTube. It helps if you comment on the YouTube videos rather than the Facebook videos. But it'll all help.
It will help, yeah. And remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe.
It doesn't. If you enjoyed this show, my name is Peter.
I'm Kay.
If you didn't enjoy this show, my name is Ben.
Bill.
Yeah, that works. Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men.
Men.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good. I was thinking of the big ice cream company,
Oh, and Jerry.
But I'm going to stick with Bill. I prefer that.
Yeah, like
Bill and Ben,
Bill and Ben.
the Flower Pot
We just need
Men.
a little weed here in the middle.
Yes. There we go. That's all for today. We'll catch you soon. Bye bye. Big shout out to 2 lovely ladies. That's the Let sisters, Denise and Sonia, who last week celebrated their 45th birthday. Happy birthday, ladies, and hope to see you in the theatre soon.